I've been searching for the place I belong. In the service of the Queen, I belong. Remember that band, Counting Crows? Counting Crows. What a great band that was. And I am the Rain King. I said, I am the Rain King. The Rain King. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to 10 to 10, where I'm with you every day, Monday through Friday, at approximately 10 a.m. Eastern for approximately 10 minutes, maybe 11, maybe 12, maybe 13, 14, 15, maybe 16, maybe 9. And we're on Facebook Live. We're on Instagram Live. We're always in the here and now. We're never not in the here and now, except when we're on YouTube. Then we're archived. When we're on our podcast, we're archived. But you'll always listen to it in the here and now. When you're entering, you can share where you are. You can share how you are. You can say hello to each other. I love people are doing that. They're saying hello to each other, greeting each other. Community is forming. Love is here. It's an overcast, rainy day here, rainy spring day. I love it. Don't you love a rainy spring day every once in a while? Danielle feeling the love in DC, Washington, DC. Is that where you're based out of? Hello, Maureen. Hello, Moni. Hello, Michelle. Mark. Annie's loving my singing and my lighting. I could do some more singing. I could do some more lighting. Singing is such a great way to shift your energy, shift your mood. You know, we're in this weird culture. We're in this weird culture where we don't sing together. You know, as tribal people, as indigenous people, we would sing together every day, you know, dance together every day. Particularly as men, there's some sort of weird thing about dancing or singing that it's like, you know, I don't know what it is. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. You feel vulnerable. I mean, all those things are things I love. I love to feel uncomfortable. That's why I do this every day. I love to feel vulnerable. That's why I do this every day. What was the third thing I said? Like, all these things are things that you can embrace. You know, and there's a rhythm, there's a harmony, there's a music to life. Welcome from Orlando, Florida, on Instagram. And so the idea is to learn to move with the rhythm, to learn to dance to the rhythm, to learn to dance to the moment. There's a music. Life is music, right? So you have the ears to listen. That's where the mindfulness, the meditation, the receptivity, the presence to listen. And then once you're able to hear the music, yes, the flow state, exactly. Once you're able to hear the music, then you can dance to it. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the miracles happen. That's where the flow state arises and falls. That's where the flow state presents itself and comes into being. So yesterday we talked about carefrontation, and thought that was a really valuable little deeper level of delving in together here as we go into what's arising today. So I got a message from a gentleman. He's written me quite a bit over the years, and his message is, I would say, a theme. And part of that must be something that I'm attracting, and part of that is just where we are in the collective. So this message represents literally hundreds of messages that I've received over the years, okay? So I get this message. The message is something like this. Again, I could like, this is like a theme. I could write this message myself, as far as it's like almost like the story is different, like the uniqueness of the story is different for each person, but yet the general theme is always the same. So the theme goes like this. Hey, I saw you're doing this event. In this case, it's the event in Mallorca, Spain. I saw you're doing this event. I would love to attend. It looks amazing. It looks fantastic. I can't attend. I cannot attend. I don't have any money. I have been meditating. I've been praying. I've been, a spiritual person. My life is devoted to spirituality. I've been reading books on spirituality. Do you have any advice for me on how I can move out of this situation that I've been in? So this is a common, extremely common situation of the spiritual person doesn't have any money. I certainly have been there. Perhaps you've been there. Many of you who watch this are there. And you want to delve in deeper into certain areas of your life. You want to make things happen. You want to activate things. You want to actualize things in your life, but you don't have the money. You haven't had the money. And what do? Right? You're a spiritual person, you don't have any money. So there's something about being spiritual that means you don't have money. There's something about having money that you're not spiritual. And the question we want to ask today is why? Why are we separating these two things? Why is this here and this goes here? Why does this go here and this goes here? Why are we separating those two things? Why are we separating spirituality from anything? Why are we separating spirituality from anything whatsoever? The whole realization, if we want to even call it spiritual, I don't even find the word necessary myself, but if you want to call it spiritual, the entire realization of spirituality is of what we call non-duality, is of oneness, is that the same essence that is in me resides in you. The same essence that's in me resides in the tree, in the clouds, in the butterfly, in the buffalo, right? Everything is of the same essence. There's no separation. There's no division anywhere. So why are we separating anything from anything? Everything is just energy, right? So what I said to this man, I said, my advice, I may surprise you, may even shock you, but the number one thing, from my perspective, that you should do is focus all of your attention on making money, because that's the area where you're the weakest, right? So if he was having incredible trouble in his relationship, I would say focus all your attention on your relationship, right? If he was obese or overweight, I would say give all your attention to getting in shape, getting healthy, right? So the area where you're struggling is the area to focus your attention, not to avoid by talking about spiritual nonsense. This is called spiritual bypassing. Spirituality is not an excuse for anything. It's not an excuse for anything. There's no excuse that you can say, oh, I'm a spiritual person, so I don't have any money. I'm a spiritual person, so my relationships, my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my children, my relationship with my husband, my wife, I'm a spiritual person, so my body's falling apart. There's no excuse. If your spiritual path, if your spiritual realization, if your spiritual understanding isn't activating every part of your life, informing every part of your life, taking every part of your life into a different level, you need to find a different spiritual path. Spiritual path is not a reason to distance yourself from life, to create a barrier from you and life. Spirit and life are one and the same. No separation whatsoever. No separation anywhere. No separation. There is only one. There is only one. And who is that one? Who is that one? That one is you. You are the one. You are the one. So there's no one else that's going to do it for you. But here's the amazing thing. When you start to realize that you are the one and you start to take that responsibility, there is so much support for you, an overwhelming level of support. There's so many miracles ready to happen for you. There's so much magic ready to happen for you. There's so many synchronicities ready to happen for you. When that shift happens and you take that responsibility inside yourself, people come to your aid. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, right? There's teachers all around for us. There's teachers everywhere for us, all around for us. All we have to do is just say yes, right? So remember we talked about before, taking responsibility, a huge part of taking responsibility is asking for help and asking for support. I ask for help all the time and I ask for support all the time. And that's a big part of taking responsibility. So it doesn't mean you're doing it all yourself. It just means you are the one. There's nothing outside of you. There never has been. There never will be. It all comes down to you. Not you as the ego, the illusionary sense of a separate self, but you as the true authentic essence. Thank you all so much for being here, and we'll see you again tomorrow.